The first thing the girl did after being reborn was to rush ahead of Jessica and rescue the man fainted by the roadside. Then she introduced herself as the one who saved him, because she clearly remembered that in her previous life Jessica had found this man first, and the man was no ordinary person. He was a prince about to return home to take the throne. So after he recovered, he rewarded Jessica with 10,000 taels of gold. But Jessica was blinded by love. She cared nothing for gold. She only wanted to be his wife forever. The girl couldn't stand it and said, "Men are all heartless, it's better to value money." But Jessica in anger stabbed her to death with a hairpin. Even as she died, she still held the gold tightly in her hand. Perhaps heaven pitied her obsession and granted her another chance at life. So this time she rescued the wounded prince before Jessica did. To repay her kindness, the prince chose to marry her afterward. To earn those 10,000 taels of gold, the girl devoted all her effort to caring for him and even deliberately gave herself to him. After a year had passed, the prince's secret guards came for him. They suggested taking the girl back to the kingdom as his concubine, but the prince said she was just a coarse village woman, and giving her 10,000 taels of gold was already a great favor. He never realized she overheard everything. Instead of feeling sad, she actually burst out laughing. But just as she was ready to become rich, her stepmother suddenly forced her into a wedding dress the next morning and demanded she marry the county magistrate. The girl quickly said she already had a husband, but the stepmother said their union without a matchmaker didn't count. Just then an arrow came flying and nailed the scheming stepsister to a tree. Then the prince arrived surrounded by guards, but the magistrate also came to claim his bride, giving the stepmother newfound confidence. Yet the next moment the magistrate was pinned to the ground. When he saw the dragon jade pendant on the prince, he realized his life was over. Then just like the last life, the prince revealed his true identity and offered 10,000 taels of gold to end their marriage. The girl could barely hide the smile on her lips, but she still pretended to be heartbroken, saying she was unworthy of him. Then without hesitation she broke their love token, declaring their tie severed. Her calmness stunned the prince. He hadn't expected her to let go so easily. Furious, he turned and left, while the girl threw herself toward her gold. But on the way, the prince grew gloomy over her coldness. Then his eunuch said, to judge a person, it's not what they say but what they do. The prince recalled that over the past year, the girl had risked her life many times to protect him. He realized she only had a sharp tongue but a soft heart, so he decided to go back for her. But when he returned, she and the gold were gone. Angry, he ordered his men to search the land until she was found, unaware that she was already happily moving to town with Jessica and her gold. Since she had taken the fortune that was meant for Jessica, she said Jessica should get a share of the profit. But Jessica still cared nothing for money, and even blamed her for being heartless to the prince. Just then their carriage suddenly stopped. The girl got down and saw a scholar fainted by the road. He said he was on his way to take the imperial exam, but hadn't eaten for 3 days for lack of money. Seeing he was handsome and seemed talented, the girl gave him a pouch of gold without hesitation, but he felt unworthy and tried to return it. She quickly waved him off, saying he could repay her once he made the honor roll someday. Then she left right away, not knowing she had just changed his fate. Half a year later, the scholar topped the exam with outstanding talent and was immediately granted a court position. Everyone knew his future was limitless, so ministers rushed to offer him their daughters. But he said the only woman he loved was that girl, and asked the prince to grant him marriage. The prince, eager to win him over, agreed without hesitation, never imagining the bride he decreed was the same girl he had spent half a year searching for. He had often lost his temper for not finding her, and even kept the queen's throne empty for her. Yet by then she had already opened a boutique in the capital, so the scholar brought her the imperial decree, saying he wished to repay her kindness. But the girl instantly looked displeased.
所以你觉得对一个女子最好的回报就是让她嫁给你，为你操持家务、端茶送水、生儿育女。赵元郎，我请问啊，你是在报恩还是在报仇啊？